I almost accidentally clicked end stream. I almost forgot. Oh, I forgot about the cute leg wear my model has. Yeah. I'm not using that model today just for the sake of 2D. Though now that I'm thinking about it, I have to turn off some redeems, don't I? Hold? No, I don't want Google Drive. Hello? And hello to my friends in chat. Hello to Green. Hello to Robot. Hello to Chris. Thank you so much for the 49 months. You're right, that is almost a year. So close. I have to turn off some redeems really quick because I can't do spin. Or dance. Mavis has decided. It's almost a year. Yeah. Mavis has decided to be in the least convenient spot for all of this. She has tried to bite me a few times because she thinks it's very rude that I am moving my arm above her when she never lies down on me where she's to right now. Like, she's half on my leg, half on the arm of the chair, which is literally the least convenient space, so... Green is nervous and excited. I'm excited to go show off everything now. I just have to really quickly do this. Also, let me know if anything is too loud, too quiet. Turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. We're turning everything off. The only thing that's on tonight is hydrate, sorry. Seem pretty balanced? Good. I might start mumbling. We'll see. I haven't made that decision yet. I also have to fix this window because this is... it's just not right. I've told everybody. Me too. I'm excited. Like, did you just like go into work and you're just like, hey! I haven't worked yet. What is in the center of the screen? Do you guys see that? What is that? Hello? Oh, hold on. Hello, Noelle. Anxiety, go. No, don't make him anxious. I didn't have enough I was about to say I should have done this before. I didn't have enough time to do this before. I could have done it like earlier today, but just one second. I need to open up the file. I don't want to accidentally go into my files and for you guys to see stuff, even though the file was literally right here. So it's fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine. Exactly. We don't want to be doing that. All right. Here we are. This is the model. This is our workspace. This is my... however manyth time doing this. Thank you! I like 2D more than I like 3D, but I like the fact you can do more with 3D, so I'm currently on a 3D kick myself, but my 2D model I think still looks really clean. I had my other one on. Hold on. I must show you now. I had my other one on for a second. But I have issues with her. She's real cute. Don't get me wrong. Moderate. Oh. Can't moderate that. Moderate what? If anyone has good ideas for name for the little guy. Yes, that's a good suggestion. Names. Okay, so this is oh. Yes. That's true. So this is my other model. This is my more recent model. Her mouth doesn't move as much, unfortunately. Aside from her mouth X, which is just going back and forth, so like... But she occasionally gets a little hole on the side of her mouth, and I literally don't know how I did that. One thing I like better is look how bouncy the hair is. Just... I like the bounce. I actually like the mouth movement more if it actually worked. I think it's really clean. It's just not working correctly, and the mouth X obviously is having a bit of issues. What is happening? Why is my screen just like freaking out? We're going back and forth between two screens. Okay, we're good. Yeah. So she has bouncy hair. She has... what is going on? My computer's like flicking between two windows really fast for some reason. Thanks! And the eyes, yeah, I do like it. Gourmand green. What are you trying to show me? Weird. Okay. Whatever. I'm gonna try to ignore that, but it's very annoying. Mr. Freen. Oh, okay, Mavis left. So this is, yeah, this is my most recent rig. I tried to do hand tracking, so there are issues with that. I don't have the hand tracking on because I don't like how it turned out. My hand tracking, believe it or not, is actually much better on my other model, my 3D model, even though my right hand is literally constantly just has a question. It just constantly puts itself up in the air. So I'm gonna go back to this model because I like this model better. Yeah, well, OBS is just like, it's having a time right now for some reason. It's just like flashing. Okay. It's got some Sims energy, which does my model. Oh gosh, okay. I was about to move myself over, but then I realized that I can't really. I'm okay to sit here because we don't actually need to. That Armago, true. Okay, now, what you guys are all here to see, this is the green model. I did bring down a sock for reference for my hand. You guys can't see that, but I do have it. So I'm going to go over the basics because I just like going over this stuff when we're getting started. So I've already got everything pretty. This is not what it looks like when you first load it in. All of these little colored folders, none of that's there. The fact that there's nothing up on this side, when you first load it in, it looks a lot more like what's over here on this side. But we don't use that menu very often, so that's why we're just gonna sit over here. Okay. When building a model, 2D model. I don't think it would apply too much for 3D. You need to make sure that you are, it's like, imagine you had a deli slicer, okay? And you're trying to dissect what that model do. You are literally jelly slicing. You're deli slicing through the model. So like every single piece needs to be layered on top of each other. So the pupil, we're not clicking on glue. Whoops. I forgot I glued things too. The pupil, why were we not moving? The pupil, why are we not moving? What's going on? Oh, because I'm on glue. The pupil has to be separate from the iris. The iris has to be separated from, from the backing, which is in this case a pom-pom. The nose has to be separate from the puppet. The upper head needs to be separated from the lower head. The inside of the mouth looks really weird. The ears obviously need to be their own separate layers. The lower face is its own thing. The lower face, it's horrifying, yeah. So the lower face can do a lot, right? And the sock base also needs to be separated. But there's a lot more little layers in here too, so I didn't show you. One thing that you guys aren't going to be able to see is our outlines, because I have them glued together. Our outlines that are going on here, so like this little tiny outline here, lower line, it's actually separated from the layer on top of it too, and it's just one of those things that when you're working with it, it's easier to have it like a full base layer underneath. So like that, if that makes sense. And then you just put this on top of it. Then it is for you to just have everything together. Lustra! Thanks for stopping by. Yes, hello, we are having a great stream. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, he can go crazy, and the way I have things done, I'm hoping we can get some pretty nice angles. So for example, I was fooling around with it the other day, and with very minimal effort, hold on. With very minimal effort, I can make it look almost like it's turning. So if I actually like I'm doing very little here. This is obviously not what I'm going to be. This is not anywhere near final, but like that's not a bad start considering it takes like 5 seconds. You know what I mean? So I think that it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be easy to work with. These lines here, I don't exactly know what we're going to do with the upper face line yet, but we'll figure it out. We might have to set some sneaky extra layers, which if we do, we're going to have to draw them in, and that's all okay. I often have to add in extra parts that I didn't think about after. It's not a huge deal. But, so that's how you slice up a model. When you're making a model, you have to make sure every single thing is separated, and I mean everything. And the more separation, the better. Always err on the side of caution. Hello, Schizo, how's it going? So obviously you don't need to move like every single little piece of yarn, but the more separated, if something can operate different, where's the boob window? I didn't have time. Maybe we'll do that a different time. And also that's up to green. Yeah. So every single little piece that can be separated should be separated pretty much. Like my nose on my not models, because I have like a detailed nose, it is so separated compared to like someone who has like the tiny little anime nose. Do an under boob. Yeah, it's a pretty good idea. Another thing that I thought went really, really well is that the tongue looks so good when it's just wagging around. Doesn't matter where you put it, it looks great. So I am excited. It's really fun. Get your under boob. This is going good so far, guys. I love it. I don't know what's going on with that little line there. Okay, it's not there when I'm... I think that's a box. Yeah, it is too. Okay. Because I was like, what is that weird nose line? Okay, hear me out. Uh-oh. All of these folders here are our, oh my gosh, what are they called? Parameter, no, warp deformers. I'm going to now. That's the worst part about having someone do a model for you. Oh no. So cute. Come on. Green. We're gonna make this so expressive. There's definitely a toggle there. There is most certainly a toggle there. Which we'll get to now in a minute. Okay. Warp deformers. So on the... I don't have my mouse turned on. Hold on. There's no point of me doing this if I don't have the mouse turned on. Capture cursor. Whoa! I didn't mean just capture cursor. What happened? Hold. Why can't I capture the cursor? Why does that, like... Huh? Okay, hold on. Let's just display capture. It's fine. Not that. Display capture. Oh, my primary monitor is actually my primary monitor today. That's fantastic. Normally it's not. Alright, can you guys... Yeah, there we go. Cursor works now. Just gonna boop. And boop. Make it a little bit more comfy there. Alright. Now you guys can see my cursor. So... you are getting whatever, but you don't have to use it. Okay. Yes, this part here. So, these are our warp deformers. If I click the one that says green and I start trying to move it around, it moves around the whole model. Eyes are obviously here. Nose is here. Like I said, upper head's all one, lower head's all one, sock base is one. Now, there's parts inside of this, but it's just like one big folder, it's essentially. But you can take that folder and you can skew it. So, and then the ears have its own separate folder. I will never put anything, I don't think, onto this because, like, the ears are gonna end up moving independently. And then the arm gets its own as well. Another thing that's important to note here is parameters. So this is my fun rainbow folder. Misc is stuff I'm not using. Silly stuff that you would literally never use. Breath is when your character just slightly goes up and down. Or there are other purposes for breath, like hold on. I have something cool here on, oh, no, wrong one. So you can do cool things like this, which is Control F11. So this, oh right, I forgot. So this is cool because the pupils of the eyes are actually moving because of my breath. Basically, it's tied to my breathing. Not my actual breathing, but the fact that my character just has this constant pendulum moving that's telling it to go up and down. Yeah. So that's what breath is. Breath is basically your character goes up and down and you have a constant pendulum swinging if you want to make something else attached to it. Turn that off. So that was, what was that? Control F11? Okay. So breath. Mouth. You have mouth form. That's how much you smile. Mouth open, which is how much your mouth is open. And cheek, which is actually your eyes smile. That's actually like just how much you smile with your eyes. And you have to set that up in Live2D after. How much your brows move. I don't have all of the brow stuff there, I don't think. I'm gonna have to get more. Though we don't have brows. We're gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to make the expressions a little bit here. What kind of canvas should one use to draw out a thing, do you think? The larger, the better. So this is 5,000 by 5,000. But you can't import that large if you're using a free version of Live2D. I wouldn't do anything below 1,000. It's literally, it's gonna look really wonky when you start trying to move these points around. Eyes, how much your eyes open. Eye smile. Are we gonna use that? Yeah, sorry. Eye smile, I think, is the one that we're actually going to use. We might not get to that today. I don't know, we'll see. Now I'm confused. I'm gonna have to go into my own folder and try to figure it out because it's been a while. Eyeball X, eyeball Y is eyes moving back and forth, and open is if they're blinking or not. Body X, Y, Z. Body X is moving left and right. Body Y is moving up and down, your whole body. And body Z is your body doing a little rotation. These angles X, Y, and Z we're going to, is the exact same thing, but it's just for the head. So X, Y, and Z. Oh my gosh, my neck is stiff. There's something cool that you can do with these angles, which, like when you're moving naturally, for example, you kind of overshoot your movement before you settle into one space. So we're going to be doing something with that so that you kind of overshoot everything and then kind of fall back into place. We're going to be doing it with the eyes as well. I know I'm going over things really, really fast. I just wanted to make sure that I had some sort of basis in so that I can kind of explain what I'm doing and refer back to what I've already said. If anyone needs me to repeat anything, if you're actually following along for the sake of learning something, if you're just here for fun, that's fine too. The other thing that I did before you guys saw this was I glued together some layers. So the head outline is glued to the inner part.
here. This is the same every single time. I don't think I did it down here yet. But every single time that you see something layered on top of on top of one another, it should be glued unless I forgot, in which case I will go over it. Definitely here for fun and abusing streamers. Perfect. I'm here for that too. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to show you how we actually use all these things because, wow, that's a lot of different things. Oh, apparently I did glue the arms. Smart. Good job, me. How do I use any of what I just said? Oh, and I guess there's the meshes too. I didn't go over meshes. There's basically, there's everything has a mesh. It doesn't when you first load it in. None of these little meshes here are there when you load it in. But I could auto mesh it, so there's a way to do, I think this is fine. There's a standard mesh. There's a little bit more, it's supposed to be more detailed, but that's actually less. And then there's like a super detailed mesh. Or you can go in and manually mesh it, which when I'm gluing layers together, I have to do. So all of this stuff on the face, for example, oh right, I'm in the glue again. All this stuff here, I manually went in and meshed so that I can make sure that the upper face and the lower face literally have the exact same mesh so that it can fit together on top of each other and it can be glued on top of each other. Yeah, so that's a whole thing too. All right, I, X, and Y. Let's get started. I go by, and this is going to be controversial, everyone does it differently. So this is left pupil. Left is when I'm looking at things, I am looking at the left side. This is my left. So if that's confusing, that's like, everyone does it differently. And I've literally seen that between, like streamers and people who rake too. It's just, everyone's gonna do it differently. And yeah, camera left, not stage left. Exactly. Stage left confuses me. So what we're gonna do, we are going to find eyeball X, because that's what we're working on right now. And I'm going to create 3 keys. So if you've ever done any video editing or anything, you know what keys are. If not, basically it means when you hit this dot, this is going to be in a certain position. When you hit this dot, it's going to be in a different position. When you hit this dot, it's going to be in a different position. In between, it's going to be moving, right? Genuine name for this guy is Grok. Why is it Grok? Grok. Why Grok? Oh, because it's a green sock? Oh, yeah, Grok. True. Oh, I forgot to do something. Hold on. I have to... I need to do something. I don't know how to explain this a lot, but I am going to just try my best. I need to go into edit this parameter, and I need to make it a blend shape. And I'm going to go into this parameter, and I'm going to make it a blend shape. Basically, that means when I connect them together, it's going to do magic. Yeah. Interpolating the in-between. Yes. And there's going to be more interpolation now with the blend shapes as well, which is really cool. So if I go all the way to eyeball X, I want this to go all the way over here. I normally do the other side. I normally do right. Oh, whatever. Basically, I'm only going to write one of these eyes, and then I'm going to take the whole thing out and then just paste it on the other side. I normally do right, so this is different for me, but that's okay. So that is our first thing, guys. We did it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and see if I can remember how to do it now. Reflect. Oh, no. Need to reflect this motion? No, sorry. Must be up here. Motion mirroring. There we go. So now it goes the same distance away. Instead of me having to manually figure it out, it just goes the same distance away now. Neat. And if we go here, I'll be doing this a lot, going into physics settings, and I start saying posing, it's gonna start doing the thing. It's gonna start posing. The more we do, the more lively this becomes. And if you do a lot of stuff, it gets really crazy looking. All right, that's eyeball X. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing. We're going to go to our left pupil. I should have did this all in a folder. Is that gonna be a problem? It might be. Hold on, I might have to redo that. Yeah. That's okay. It's because I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna do it all in a folder. I'm gonna undo, but I'm gonna redo really fast. I'm going to work faster when I'm not talking as much. Okay, I'm actually going to make a lot of things that I do, unless I'm individually moving the little mesh pieces, I actually usually put it in a warp deformer. So I'm going to call this eyeball XY. Then I'm going to do what I just did. 3 points, move this, and then take that motion, and we're going to mirror it. Why not? Because I did it on the wrong key. I'm debating if I want to have it so that it's clipped to the iris, just in case. I think I probably should. Motion mirror. Perfect. I'm going to clip this so that it doesn't accidentally go outside of the eye white, because there's a chance when we turn our head that you can see the eye white and not the pupil. So let's take the ID for our eye white and we're going to put it in our clipping mask. So now, if I try to move my pupil outside, it actually doesn't work. It just goes invisible. I cannot move it outside of the space. There is literally no reason for me to be moving it outside of that space anyway. Matilda has landed, yay! Okay. Where did that go? Why did that stop? Okay, there we go. Okay, that is one motion. Now we're going to do the same thing with eyeball. Make sure we're on our correct parameter, which we are. Or our correct warp deformer, sorry. Another thing that's really important if you're actually doing it, reset everything before you start working on something else. So if I want to make my eyeball Y, my eyeball X should be center. I shouldn't be trying to do anything, and it's also going to literally mess everything up if you try to do it while it's off elsewhere. Incoming ads, yeah, that's all right. We're just going to do eyeball Y. It's the same thing as before. So if you just saw me do eyeball X, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but just going up and down. Pretty sure most people here are subbed anyway. So down will be going towards the left here. And what I'm doing to make it go up and down perfectly straight, I'm holding shift. I should have a program on, so that like snaps it to a grid. I should have a program on that shows me shows you guys what buttons I'm pressing, but I didn't think about that. I'm gonna do the exact same thing I did before. I am going to mirror this motion. So now, that didn't work. Why not? Flip vertically. Green Splendor? So because of blend shapes, if I remember correctly, yeah, so that goes up and hides in the corner if I do that. That's fantastic. Now I think I can edit it if it's not to my liking. I think I can pull that back, though. Let's see. If we go to physics settings, what does it look like when we pose? So just imagine that this is actually doing... Do we not like the fact that it goes outside the edge, or is that okay? What does that mean? Miss Mince, is that like the horse girls? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should... You could be a horse girl, but it's just a sock. Just take the ears and just stick them up. Outside the edge looks more natural for the puppet. Okay. Googly eyes do random stuff. That's true. And a lot of the times you aren't even going to be able to see, like, my eyes never... Yeah. Okay. You don't often get to that point anyways, basically, when you're tracking. The only time that you'll really see that happening is when you're going nuts, because we're going to make sure that those eyeballs go. We're going to make sure they go insane. And... Oh, no! Oh, I'm going to have to move these parameters. We're going to have to do... Because I forgot we're doing augmented physics. Oh, this is going to be really funny. Okay, this is going to be real stupid. So, you know, you ever hear of that jiggle physics? You ever hear when people talk about that jiggle physics? How does this go to? -1? Yeah. We're gonna add some jiggle physics to the eyes. Of course we are! Of course we are, guys. Why wouldn't we be putting jiggle physics? I do need to, so I need to actually take this and move it to the augmented. I might need to watch a video to remember how to do augmented, because it's one of those things that I always need help remembering. I've literally asked this person who I always watch her videos, Chupako, I asked her before if I could play her videos while I'm streaming, and she has given me permission. So. Edit parameter, no. There's a way to move this. Come on, Mel. Settings, parameter settings, new. I can do this. Group settings. No. There is actually extended interpolation too, which is pretty fun. I'll have 2 round jiggly eyes. Huge tracks of land. Oh, here we go. Change. I found it. So this is gonna go to augmented eyeball X. And then let's just see. I just want to see if I can find an augmented chart. Augmented physics chart live TV. See if I can find a good one. First thing that popped up is a Chupako video, so hold on. I'm just gonna mute that because I don't need the audio, I just need the... I'm just looking for a quick second for the augmented physics. That's hair. No, where's the augmented physics? Hello? What would she be doing augmented physics on? Head. Motion. That makes a lot more sense than what I'm doing augmented physics on. Not gonna lie. Hide the face line, angle Z, neck, corpse. Oh, is the augmented physics right at the very end? Okay. It's Labor Day tomorrow. Okay. So, we need to go to physics settings. We need to make... What was that, Robbie? Did baby go down? She did. Good night, baby. Okay, so we are making a new group. We're gonna call this I physics X. Sure, we'll put it as a head input. That's fine. I'm gonna see if what I can remember. This might get really silly really fast. So we need our input to be augmented eyeball. Right now, what's happening, where I moved that, nothing moves on my eye anymore if I press play. So we only need augmented eyeball X here. Everything else can go away. Delete. Oops. Didn't mean to delete that one. Click. Yeah. Okay. Not going to work tomorrow. Oh no. That sucks. Yeah, you were sick a while ago. That's horrible. I'm sorry that you're still not well. Okay, so augmented eyeball. So that means that my input... Gosh, it's so hard to explain. My input is what I just did. So that stuff that I just rigged is what I did. What I want to do is I want to attach it to a pendulum, which I'm about to make down here. And the pendulum is going to be... it's going to be attached to when I actually move my eye. So this is a way to give it that extra swing. So I input the augmented physics. My output is going to be my eyeball X. So let's see. So it's tied to it right now. That's good. We need to change up some of that shaking influence, that scale. We need to make it silly. It's not very silly right now, is it? The pendulum's silly. Why isn't the eyeball movement silly? Did I do something incorrectly? Found reference material for me. Oh gosh. Should I be worried? Let's see. There we go. That's it. Perfect. That's very silly. Okay. So we want the movements of the jiggly eyes. We want a full Cookie Monster effect. The duration is the length of the pendulum. Oh gosh. Why isn't it... It's like, it's shaking there. It's not shaking though when it moves around. What have I done incorrectly? Did I move it? Augmented eyeball. That should have worked. Maybe I gotta do both eyeball X and Y in the same go, though I shouldn't. Nice. Okay, what if I just move my eyeball back and forth? It's not going. Why not? Okay, so that's probably a good sign. It's... No, it is moving though. So what I'm doing right now is I'm checking to make sure that when I move my augmented eye, the eyeball, see how it's like, it's having a funny reaction? That's what it should be doing on the screen up here too, but it's not. Effectiveness, let's turn that down. Maybe that'll help. Okay. That's not working anymore. Why aren't you moving? Eyeball, augmented eyeball, oh, angle. That makes a difference, doesn't it? I bet that's it. Let's turn on posing again. No. Maybe I need to have both set up. Hydrate, thank you for the hydrate. Sorry, I should have looked this up before I started. I just forgot. Input preset, I said head, and I didn't say anything here. So eyeball Y. If it doesn't work, we'll just do it after. It's not a huge deal. I just need to make sure it's on the right parameter and stuff like that. I don't want to spend too much time trying to do the same thing repeatedly. If it ends up taking up the whole stream. I need to add a new parameter. Augmented eyeball Y. That's fine. Oops, I forgot to turn on blend shape. Oh, was the blend shapes an issue? Shouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be an issue. Blend shape. Can't see that being an issue. Okay. Let's take these parameters, and we are going to change it to augmented eyeball Y, and go back to modeling, physics settings. So this should be augmented, and then output should be, just forgot the pendulum, add eyeball Y. So when I move my augmented eye, it's working. But nothing's shaking. Let me just take a really quick look at my other Mel model. One second, I'm just gonna go to full cam for a moment because I do need to go through my files, and I am on display capture now as opposed to just window capture, so just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna open up my most recent model and check what it looks like. Check what the head augmentation looks like. 2025 rig here, because I can have them both opened. Honestly, I should have them both open for reference. And just to show you guys that it can get so much more complicated. Ah! Advil, thank you! Thank you very much for the 39 months. Meep! Thank you. I really appreciate it. Okay, so this is my model. My one that I am not using, but I did most recently. So I don't have augmented physics on the the eyes, obviously, because I don't have googly eyes, but I do have it on the head here. So angle X physics, angle Y physics, angle Z physics. I do have them here. So if I go to physics settings and I hit, where's the augmented? So angle. So if I move angle XY, the augmented goes in. So do I have it put in right? Body X. Okay, hold on. That's leggy boys. We need augmented head physics. So that's an angle. So angle was correct. Angle X is my input. Angle X physics is my output. Okay, that's where I went wrong. Oh no, did it close my other one? What? It shouldn't have. Hold on. Oh, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. I was looking in the wrong spot. Right here. Okay, I think I figured it out. Physics settings. This should be eyeball X. This, oops, we're in eyeball Y. This should be eyeball Y. This should be augmented eyeball Y. Then if we switch to the other one, this should be augmented eyeball. This should be eyeball. Okay. Let's see. One might be more, it might be more intense left to right than it is up and down right now. But let's see. There we go. It's jiggling, guys. It just did the smallest little movement, but look. It's jiggling. We fixed it. Now what we need to do is we need to make this crazy. Okay. So what we need, let's start with X. Yes, exactly. We want the duration to be, I would say not super long. 4.5 should be fine. Shaking influence, pretty high. Reaction, convergence should be pretty fast, I think. Let's just, if we do, I'm not used to where these things are. So we're not going all the way to the side here. Go to 100. 100 for duration. I mean, it's not bad. You need your keyboard? Oh no! We need it to be faster. We need the shaking to happen faster. So that's why I think we need to go like... But we need it to be more intense. So angle effectiveness should be 100. The output settings. We need to scale this up. So like, let's go like 50. Okay. I think this might be better. This might be better what we need. But I think it's a little too much now. Let's go 30. And let's do the exact same thing on our other eye. So let's make these numbers that we can remember. Convergence, let's do just 2. Because we don't want it to just be going forever. We do want it to like stop at some point. So now what we need to do is when we go here, this needs to be angle as well. And we have the effectiveness turned up to 100. The duration was 3. Shaking influence is fine. That was 2. What was our reaction time again? Let's see. 1.5. And then we had our scale at 30. Yeah, hopefully. Oh no, that's not good. This looks like it's too intense and it's not moving anything. So, do we turn the scale down? Is that what we do? It was working a minute ago, now it's not working. So let's stop. If we go... I said stop. Why are you not... Okay, you are stopped. So eyeball... Why? I want it to be stopped. To go back to normal. Stop, stop, stop. How do I reset? Hold on. It's not listening. Eyeball Y. Yeah, it's too intense. See how it's just like kind of hitting the wall and not really going back? What is that from? I think that's still from the scale. Maybe not. Maybe I have something else turned up too high. Because that wasn't doing that before. Okay. Maybe I will make the duration longer. Does that change anything? What are we on? X? Okay, that worked. So I did have it too high. We want shaky eyes. I actually might... Position might be better here. Maybe I was incorrect. Maybe we're looking at position. We're definitely looking at position. But then that goes back to the middle, so no, we aren't. That means it will always go back to the middle. So we need angle. Even though that looks funnier, it's technically not what we need. Okay. I think we will mess around a little bit more. Angle seems to be working better now. At least a little bit. Nice. Convergence. 1. Does convergence 1 make a difference? I have to mess around with all these settings, but the most important thing is we can make it look around and we can make it Google. Even if the googly eye just goes back to the center, it does work. So that part is done. So that's eyes. Ish. Hold on, I need to get my checklist open. Eyes, eye physics. Eye smile, eyebrows. These are all things I think we probably should do. We're not doing blink, right, Green? Is that true? You're reading for the first time in ages. Reading is good. Sorry if I'm like half ignoring chat. I'm trying really hard to keep on top of watching chat too, but sometimes it's hard when you're in a train of thought. Puppets don't blink. Perfect. That's one less thing for me to do. What about eye smile? What do you think? Does anyone have any idea on how we can do eye smile? We don't have to, but like, for example, for my eye smile, what I do... So many folders. Eye smile. The pupils get larger and the eyes kind of turn so that they're more friendly looking. Pupils get larger is also something we can do. Yeah, we can do that. Or when you smile. I think that's fair. And then if you're surprised, when we do like surprise, we can make the pupil shrink. Mine should do that, but it's not really working right now. And when I blink, my pupils jiggle a little bit, but not the same. Not like crazy. I'll probably watch it eventually. So I think I smile, we do make the pupils dilate a little bit. I think that is a good way of doing it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I would. I smile, so we are... I have to see something now. Edit parameter. So we're just doing parameter IR smile. And we only have one eye smile, don't we? Yes, we do. So we're just doing it all on IR smile. That's fine. So we can delete this or move it to miscellaneous. This is just going to become eye smile. Because eye smile they're always linked together. There's literally no reason for you to do it on two different ones. So now we don't need to change it so that it has blend shapes. We just go 3, I'm gonna say. Eye smile. Oh no, just 2. 0 to 1. So we make 2 parameters. Oh, right. On the pupil. I smile. Okay, one thing I didn't really talk about is the whole parent and child thing. So you can only do so many parameters on one warp deformer. So 2 is maximum. If you do more than 2, then things start getting really, 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 really weird. You can technically do it, but it would take forever to actually do anything. And it's much easier to just make a new parameter. So basically, this is the parent, this is the child. Anything that the parent does, the child also is capable of. I'm pretty sure it works in either direction here. I don't think it really matters which one's on top of each other, but I could be wrong. But basically, if the eye XY can still happen simultaneously with the eye smile, if that makes sense, is basically where that's going. So two keys. This is off, this is on. So we're gonna switch. We're not gonna do anything for off because nothing happens. On, all I'm going to do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make it so that it grows from the center. I'm not moving it, I'm just making it. Like, how big do we want the pupil to go? Wow. Wow. Woo. It's on drugs. I think probably that is going to be... So when you smile, it'll make the pupil bigger. I think that that's going to be a sensible thing. I think I did it too big, but... hold on. That's probably good. So when you smile with the puppet, the pupils get bigger. It's just a further way to animate. I know technically that can't happen, but we do need to break some rules. We have to. A speck of black to no white would be fine. That'd be so funny. I mean, we could do it, but we shouldn't. We need to keep going. So now eye smile should work too. So when you smile, when this bar goes up and down, which it's currently not doing for some reason, the eye pupil shrinks and grows. Easy. Definitely be a toggle to make really big and really small, and we can do that. That's easy. Toggles, guys. Toggles are so easy. And I seriously mean that. Toggles are, especially uncomplicated ones. Like when I had my other model and it had all the outfit changes, this model, I say my other model, this model here that has all the outfit changes, that was insane. But like a simple toggle like that, so easy. You can do so much of that. And toggles can be done with, you know, number keys, or if you have a Stream Deck, like stuff on the Stream Deck, or it can be literally done with hand motions, oddly enough. And it's really cool, really sneaky way to do it. I used to occasionally have those, but I don't anymore. I don't because my NVIDIA, so if I go here real quick, hold on. If I go here, and if I go here, and if I go here, this face tracking program is different than the one that can track hands. So this program here, this one here can track hands. because there's less going on with the face. As you notice, the face, like, it just completely different. So this can track hands, but there's less face tracking. I like the more face tracking. I don't use motion, like, hand stuff, so yeah. Go back to the other one. All right. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Turn that up. And there. He rigged the iris size to the eyebrows, so when he lifts his eyebrows, they get bigger. Ooh. Yo. Foot pedals, honestly, that's smart. I like that. Green, do you like that? So eyebrows, so if your eyebrows go up, your pupils get smaller. Yeah, your actual eyebrows. The eyebrows that they're tracking. That hurts. I think that makes sense. I think that's a way to do it without getting too complicated. Like, just instead of doing it there, eyebrow tracking going to affect the shape of the eyes. No. Only if I allow it to. So I can. So, no. Not at all. Because I would need to make it affect the shape of the eye. This is something we wanted to do. I think for the purpose of surprised, it makes sense for portraying more emotion. I think it absolutely makes sense to, so we can, I think what we do, I smile, what we have done here, we keep it the same. But when you lift up your eyebrows, make the pupil shrink so that it's doing surprise. Yeah, when you raise your eyebrows, it'll cause your expressing shock or surprise. Yes, so like it happens in animation a lot, where if someone raises their eyebrows, their pupils shrink. So definitely think that that's something that we could do. I think that would be... Not an expert on it. Listen, don't worry about that. I think that from a rigging standpoint, it makes sense. If we get into it and it doesn't make any sense, then that's fine. But I'm pretty sure that when you start using it puppet-wise, I think it'll make sense. I even have jiggle physics on the eyebrows here. So brow, Y. This here. See, it affects my eye because I let it affect my eye. It pulls up my eyelid. And like I said, I do actually have physics because of course I do. Model I don't even use. So the only thing is, though you can't really, I mean, you can do eye smile and I'm gonna have to see, because if it, just let me try first. Eye smile. So let's turn that down. And then we're going to make on the same layer, the same warp deformer? Or am I making a different warp deformer? Let's try the same, but if that doesn't work, it only takes 2 seconds to go back. So 3 keyforms. When it goes down, we don't do anything. When it goes up, we do pupil shrink. Now this will have interaction. Okay. We might have to do it on a different parameter. So let's do, hold on. Eyebrow Y. You will be able to technically have your eyebrows go, though he can't really. Like, technically my eyebrows can move independently, but they straight up never do. Like, it's really hard for any individual movement in eyebrows, especially to get a program to track it. Like, it's just not happening. So I don't think I'm too worried about that. So down is nothing. Center is nothing. Up is smaller. Hear me out further. You can barely do anything IRL anyways. Well, hopefully you will enjoy practicing for the sake of model. And okay, so that's fine. That's going to interact the way that it interacts. I don't think it's going to be weird or detrimental. I think it's going to be fine. Why does the... One of the iPhysics, I think the X works a lot better than the Y, and I don't know why. What did I do different? 20? Is that the difference? When the eyebrows go up, the eyes go big. When the eyebrows go down, the eyes slightly squished. Like he's squinting. That could work. How do you feel about that, Green? Do you want to change the shape of the pupils at all, or do you want to keep them the same? Sounds neat. Easy. Easy to do. So, eye smile, turn off. Brow, Y. Oops. So squish slightly. Like that. I'm gonna make this a little more extreme. I'm probably gonna add physics to this too, guys. I'm probably gonna make the same jiggle physics that I did on the other eye movement on this eyebrow movement as well. You want things to be extreme. You very rarely want them to be subtle. So, always do a little bit extra. Of course, sometimes you want something subtle, but it's not often. Okay, so we want the laws of... Though it doesn't really apply because we're shrinking. I was gonna say like keeping the same mass, but it doesn't really work in this case because we're shrinking it anyways. Yeah, exactly. Subtle doesn't make much sense for a silly little sock puppet guy. So if you're going into posing here, I wish I could get the eye jiggles to work better. So what's going on? Why are we? The augmentation is just stuck as far as it can go. So maybe the scale is still too high. I don't think that's the case. Maybe it is. And we want convergence to be higher, right? Reaction time. Let's do like 2. Convergence to be 3. Or we want convergence to be lower. Okay. That's looking better. Guys, that's looking better. Yay! Yeah. Green said that and I was just like, that's cool. Hello, Taiga, how are you doing? Okay, let's see. Maybe we will really quickly. No, because I don't want to mess around with all the augmentation. We're not going to do that right now. Good. We are working on this model. So we're doing eyes right now. We're making the eyes go woo, because that's what googly eyes do. I don't know if you guys know that, but googly eyes go woo. Eye open, we're straight up skipping. So we don't even need these. That's so crazy to me. But we're just gonna put these down here. We could just open and close the pupils. Can we try that? We don't have to go with it. But can we try opening and closing the pupils? Just for the sake of it? Try anyway. Like, can I... This is left open. So... I'm just gonna do, for the sake of this, we're just gonna do... Oopsie. We're just gonna do 2 for now. Usually you do a little bit more. Oops. Find the right parameter. What did I do? What have I done? Okay. Wait, what? Where's the... What's going on? Where's this? Oh gosh, okay, never mind. Phew. What did I do? Sorry, I just lost what I was actively doing. Don't mind me. Just get National Parked. Yeah, silly. Oh. No. This is for green. Yeah. Alright, so can I make this vanish? Are we gonna put eyeball... I just want to see what order, because I don't know if it affects it. Eyes. Eye open. Oh, hair. Hair is in the way. Ugh. I don't want to look at that. Where is my face? Here. Oh. No. Okay. I found it. Head. Take the hair out of the equation there for a second. Eye angle. Eye angle parameters. Eye open. Lash jiggle. It's gonna look so good finished. I'm so excited. I'm so glad that I have the opportunity to make models for my friends. So this is going to be eye open. As parent, there. So I open, 2, open, 0 is closed. Oops. 0 is closed. Do we want it to, we want it to be a little bit of a line, I think. Completely gone is gonna look scary. Like that. You can even just... Like, that's a very simple, just like... Oh yeah, right. I had brow Y on. Looks tired. Let's try it in blinking motion, but if it's no good, we'll just get rid of it. I don't think I have auto blinking turned on. All right. This is your decision, Green. Do you like it? Do you not? And I'm okay with either. We can keep blinking. We can keep not blinking. It looks so jiggly now. I've fixed it. I've fixed it so that it's jiggly. Yeah. It definitely works now. I think I just needed to turn up the convergence a little bit. And some of these motions aren't going to be happening at the same time. For example, the fact that the thing about these physics settings is it shows, let me just show you really quick. So if I go over to my, this is what my physics settings look like. So eventually you lose sight of what's good and it starts doing this. So like there are certain things that never actually happen. It just does everything at once. It tries to show you what everything looks like at once. So some of the things literally do not happen together. So the fact that the eye is doing some sort of weird, like, getting small and getting big at the same time is not going to happen. Don't hate it, don't know if I love it either. How does everyone else feel? That's something we can always add in the end. We can keep it in mind. I could also have it so that it looks, so instead of doing just flat, let's see. Where's my eye? So what we could do is we could have it so that it is, how do I get rid of that stupid binding box in here? We can have it so that it does a little bit like almost like a bit of a U shape. Yeah, I got a better way to do this. We did like a little, oh, that's even better. No, wait, I can't do that here. I could literally, or if I make even more press, but like that kind of makes it look like more like closed. But then it does have the deforming nature when it's half closed. So if you're not okay with that, I kind of like it the other way. Frog eye, yeah. I kind of like it the other way. Okay. I'm gonna delete it for now. So we're gonna get rid of eye open for now. And if we get a little bit further and we think that it's missing, then that's something we can go back and add. So now it should just be, yeah, it's just kind of growing and shrinking. And occasionally getting a little bit flatter. And that's fine. Okay, so that is eyes. For eyebrow, did we want to add in, my other thought that I had for eyebrow is to, I'm just going to show really quick. So this would be eyebrow Y. The only thing I've thought about is like for eyebrow Y, we could do here eyebrow. You could do like just a little bit more up top and then do a little bit less. That was my only thought we could do with eyebrow if you're interested in such things. Otherwise, we just leave it alone. Little squish. If we go to physics settings, once again, to see it all kind of more moving together. Keep in mind, it's going to look a little off right now because the whole head isn't moving, but like, think about it in context of like if you were to move your head too. But is it enough of an impact to actually do it? Can the eye itself squish? Absolutely. We can squish the eye up and down. Let's try that. So take off eyebrow wide there and put, can I just add you to that? I didn't mean to do that much. Hold on. Didn't mean to. Oh no. Help. Help. I like when the eye goes really tiny. It's so funny. Go tiny, please.
so silly. Alright. Not that. Oh god. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. What we want to do is we want to take... Do we want to squish the pom-pom too, or just the eye white? I'd say the whole thing, right? Or do we just want to squish the googly? Because we could do both. Or we could do one. The whole thing? So that means we would go there, there. And what did I just do? Oh no, that was right. Eyeball. Y. Nope, not eyeball. Y. Brow. Keep the names consistent. Eyebrow. Y. Create. And eyebrow. Y. Three keyforms, and then we go uppies. Then this gets. So that's larger. Slightly. And then try to do that so that it matches, perhaps? Yeah. Ooh, that's gonna look really nice and dynamic, I think, when, if you like it, when everything else is moving. I think it'll look very natural. In it, like, in a good puppety way. Like, it sounds funny to be like, oh, that's a very natural moving puppet. Especially a sock puppet, like a ridiculous little creature like this. What do you think? Do we like it or no? You want it to look a certain way. I do like the squishies. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Squishy eyes hysterical. Good. That's what we want. Alright, is there anything else that we should add for an eye that we're missing here? Because if there isn't, then I'm gonna take the whole dang thing. We're gonna have to delete this guy. We're gonna take the whole dang thing and we're gonna move it over there to the other side. Which, trying to think, what else could we do with the eyes that we didn't talk about? If we go here, we go to my eyes. I have eye open, I have eye smile, I have eye X, eyeball jiggle, which is basically when I blink, and it happens on my model, the eyes just go woo 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 woo. Are the brows on brows, or are they on the pupil? It's on both. Well, it's not actually on brows. So brow Y, it's going to be rigged to Green's eyebrow movement, but when he moves his eyebrows up, it'll do that. When he moves his eyebrows down, it'll do that. What I'm probably going to do too, if I can, I might fool around with the physics too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the physics the same way I did it as on the jiggles. It might not look as good either. We'll probably leave it. It does look pretty cute. It looks animated. I think we give it a try. I don't think there's anything else that we need for the eyes. Which, if that's the case, everybody 07 for this eye. Everybody put your 07 in chat. Because this eye has to go. Oof. And hydrate too. I'm hydrating. No one's saluting for this eye? This eye never got a chance to live. Alright. I'm saluting. Not that you guys can see it. I'm saluting for this eye. But it's leaving. Thank you, Green. It's getting deleted.
Oh gosh, it didn't get deleted. Oh, select child objects and delete is gone. Copy, paste. Your eye. All right, it's gonna do something really funky for a second, but select child objects. Then what we need to do is we need to, how do I do this? How do I reflect it? Nah, everything's frozen. Okay, there we go. Flip horizontally. We don't reflect those. Okay. And then something's gonna happen with the pupil, and we're gonna have to fix that because let me show you guys. So this works. And this works. All good. But if we eyeball X. Oh no! Oh no! Now we're just... That's not right. That's not right. It looks perfect. It looks incredibly silly, but in reality we can't see where green's looking. So... That's a puppet, all right. That's true. It's very silly, but we do have purpose to the eye movement. We don't just want it to go... That's fine. Well, that's up to green. Normally the eyes do. Well, while we're at it, why don't we just flip the eyeball Y? Could I toggle that? Probably. Let me think. Yeah? Yeah. Because we can make a second copy of the pupil and make a second eye parameter. So if I were to, hold on, let's make a toggle folder. All right, let's do toggles. We don't have a toggle folder yet. So if I were to do a toggles and we were to take eyeball X. Hold on, my brain's processing. If we were to take augmented eyeball X and replicate. No, not replicate. We need this exact thing. It does look like a fun puppet thing, but normal movement would be better for normal use. Yeah. I'm gonna have to think on it, but I do think there's a way to do it. I just need to figure out how to replicate this parameter. No, I need to replicate the eyeball. And the parameter. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I need to just replicate this. Duplicate, copy, paste. So this is left pupil toggle. And we need to... Hold on. Let me think about it. I think I can do it. I just don't have the brain capacity right now to figure it out because it's more than just an on-off toggle. It isn't, but it is. I can do it. I just need to figure it out. I'm gonna write that down. Cross-eye toggle. Oh, I think I know what to do. If I took this whole thing and made a third eye from here down. So select child objects, duplicate, And select horizontal objects. Control C, Control V. And then this whole thing is eyebrow Y. Just toggle just so that I can put it there. Then I'm going to take this pupil for now and I'm going to turn it off so that I can just keep it there, and I'm going to work on that after. So this is eyebrow Y, eye smile, eyeball XY, left pupil. This is right pupil now. Right pupil, right pupil. And we need to fix this clipping ID, right? This clipping ID should be right eye white. This, go here, right eye white. And then this, oh, it actually tracks that. Okay, cool. Wasn't there a setting you were copying the whole parameter to set the eye to flip horizontal? If you start over and copying the unselected, that would fix it. Yeah, hold on. Hold on, my brain stopped working. No, what I need to do is I need to flip this. That's all I need to do. If I go to... The only two settings that were there were eyebrow Y, or... Yeah, eyebrow Y, and then there was another thing, but I don't think it was eyeball X. Eyeball XY, because it was the child. So all I need to do is I need to go here, and I just clicked reflect. And now it's fixed. That's it. I haven't saved this whole time, guys. Yes. Every once in a while, it's good to just create a fresh save. So that's that. Now these should be going together at the same time. I am going to have to fix it because right now it's all on left eye, right? So we don't want it to all be on left eye. We want that eyeball open to be on right eye, and we want the eyebrow to be on the right eyebrow. So you're not going to, a lot of times everything is moving together, but there might be subtleties that say, okay, the eyebrow left is slightly higher than eyebrow right. I don't notice it ever, but you could have that. So we want to take, where's eyebrow, where's eye open? That's the toggle. This is the one I'm looking at. Eye smile, that's fine. Where's eye open? Oh, I haven't done the brows yet, have I? Oh, yes, I did. This is eyebrow. Why? I'm so confused. Did I not do any open? But I did I not? Did I accidentally delete that? I might have accidentally deleted that. Did we want that? Or no? No, we didn't. We chose to get rid of that. Never mind. We chose to get rid of that. Okay. I'm gonna have to rename all of this stuff after, but that's for Mel to deal with. That is not for us to do on stream because that's silly. So this here needs to be moved. Not adjust. Change to eyebrow RY. Okay. So that's on eyebrow RY, that's eyebrow XY. These are fine. This is fine. Maybe it's only that needs to change. Eye open, we're not dealing with right now. I'm going to temporarily move these to MISC because we aren't doing blinking. Eye smile, that remains on the same. Eyeball XY, that remains on the same. And it's actually on the augmented. eyeball Y that is on the augmented. Eyebrow. Oh, yes, there is something else that needs to change, which is this. That's the toggle. No, it's not. No, that's the right one. So this needs to change to also eyebrow are Y. Okay, so now they're on the appropriate eyebrow. So when I go here, you can technically move them individually. You'll never see them really move individually. Like, it looks very silly. I just don't think it'll ever show up. It'd be hilarious if it did, though. But the chances of that actually happening are, you would have to be crazy expressive for that to pick up. I've never had it pick up before. Okay. Once again, that's one of those things where things are just gonna look a little bit different when you're in this menu. That's all. So we're saving. That, I think, is it for the eyeball Y and X. Eyeballs in general. Aside from the toggle. I'll do the toggle off stream because I'm going to have to do some messing around because I can't remember exactly what to be doing. I want everything back center. Okay. We're back to default. What we're gonna do now is we're going to start working on our angles. So just like here, we're going to have angles and we're going to have our physics. So I'm going to label it slightly different, but we're going to make I'm not even going to make a new folder. I'm just going to make augmented angles here. So augmented angle X. Oops, this needs to be 0 to 30, right? Yes. Edit. Minus 30, plus 30. And then we're just going to replicate that 2 times, and we're going to rename. Oops. Rename to Y and Z. Are we making it? Yeah, we're not sure. We can, but as of right now, we don't have it set up. If we do end up setting it up, then I'll just copy and paste the eye again. It's not a huge deal. A good reason to hold it on the toggle, actually. All right. So, angle. Now, I think we do blend shapes here too, don't we? Oh, no, we don't. We don't use blend shapes. Okay. Noted. And these are on different. It's my work. Eyes. Head. There's angle Z. What about X and Y? Oh, they're individual. That makes sense. Eyeball. Okay, so angle X, Y. And then nose will have its own X, Y. Yeah, okay. Mouth, X, Y. Okay. Okay. So let's start with the way we're moving the head. So upper head. We'll start here. Not mesh, silly. We're making a warp deformer. Angle X. We're just going to call it angle X because we know it's augmented. We're not going to put anything actually at angle X. So 3. When we move it all the way to the left side, the head is going to move to the left side. This is where I need my friend hand sock puppet. So I have a sock that I'm going to put on my hand. When we move to the side, you can see a lot more
of your hand. So if you don't have your sock on your hand, turn your hand, put your hand in sock puppet position. Put it in front of your face. Turn it slightly to the left. You can see a lot of your hand, right? You can see the side profile of your hand. So everything has to be elongated and everything has to be stretched out a little funky. So we're going to start with this. We're going to take it. We're going to move the whole thing over here, right? And I'm going to do the same thing real quick with the lower face because that's what I showed you guys before. We're going to move that. I can turn off the eyes and... hold on. Can I turn off the eyes right now? I don't want to see the eyes. Why isn't it turning off? That one is. That one isn't. Why? Oh, because that's the extra one. I'm going to turn these off for now. Goodbye, facial features. Nose. All that's going off for now just so that I can focus on just the head shape. Angle X. We're going to match what we just did. Move it over. Oops. Press the right button so that it stays in shape. So far when we move it's like that, but obviously we know that we're going to take this center part here, we're going to end up stretching it a nice bit this way. We need to make sure that line comes with it though. There's going to be a lot of nitpickiness here because that line is not going to want to. That line there. Oh, I think I know what I did last time. I did something, and I don't know if I liked it or if I hated it. I had this... Oh, I still have the clipping ID on body. Why didn't it vanish? Or... Oh... That's this. Okay, that's not a huge issue. Lower face. Sorry, guys. I'm talking to myself a little bit here. There will be a lot of that. Okay, that hides it. Oh, something vanishes up here at the top. Is that my drawing? Uh-oh. It is. I'm gonna have to go back in and replace that. Shouldn't be an issue for now, though. Or I can stretch it. Okay. That's something I will do off stream. I'll fix that up. So when we move our angle, augmented angle X, we want to make sure that this side also shrinks in a little bit. So we're moving the face out a lot, but this part is also shrinking back. You're not seeing it as much. It's disappearing. And same thing with this. This part here, I'm actually going to push it even further back. It's vanishing. Oops. Pull this. Thank you for the hydrate. This needs to go back to a little bit more. So we're gonna make it so that the body moves a little bit too. It's literally, it looks silly where nothing else is moving right now. It has to be done in stages.
So, yeah. That's actually looking decent so far. If I could push it even further, though, I think I would be happy. Like, how far can we push it before it looks weird? Let's up these divisions. 7? Is that too many? Just to make those lines look a little bit smoother. This legit blows my mind. I'm glad I can blow your mind. I'm gonna up the divisions again so that once again, those lines look crisp. They don't look silly. So we'll take it. We'll pull it further. Keep pushing it. And that. This gets pushed further. And then, I mean, that's like, it's not bad. Let me put on my sock. The tongue is gonna have to move, is the only thing. The tongue doesn't move as much as the rest of the mouth because it's more centered, but right now it looks like it's going to move. So I'm gonna have to put an individual angle X on here, I think. That's going to affect it less or pull it back just a little bit. Is that going to mess everything up? Now I'm going to type with the sock on my hand. Angle X. Because it's going to be affected by both. So is that going to be possible? Is that going to be confusing? That more. Like that. I think that looks more correct. I don't like what I just did because it's implying that the whole tongue is moving. I think that's better. Okay. So I could do this so often. I'm just like, is that good? And let's just reflect motion just to see. I'll probably be doing a lot of messing around with this, so first start with the, I don't know which one to reflect first. Let me do this one first. Or can I reflect both at the same time? Batch reflect. Ugh! No. Just anything named angle X. Right? No, augmented angle X. Anything on augmented angle X. Oh, no. Wrong thing. Not reflect. Motion mirroring. Okay, you can only do one at a time. Motion mirroring. Why? Oh. Motion mirroring. Right, okay, it is gonna get mad at me. So I'm gonna have to do that one manually. That's not a big deal. Motion mirroring should be fine. Here, flip vertically, flip horizontally. Okay, so that's the bottom, and I'll do the tongue after, and then angle X, motion mirroring, flip horizontally. Here we go. So tongue, I don't think it's going to work if I do this. Motion mirroring. It's gonna get upset with me, I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay. No, that worked. So that's really not bad. It's just shaking a head. Okay. Save. Let's do something with the sock base so that it looks like it's all moving together. Augmented angle X, 3 keyforms, keys, whatever. So I need my reference again. So if I'm moving this way, I can, funnily enough, I can actually see my knuckle a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to simulate that. Especially where I got that. This line here. So it's clipping IDs on the body. Oh, right, that's this again, isn't it? Or... no. What line is that? Upper face line. It shouldn't be, though. That literally shouldn't be showing. Let me try something. Okay, that gets rid of that a little bit more. So I'm trying to make it so that that line vanishes when it turns side to side. There is going to be like a little tiny bit of noticeable like color going on here. I don't think there's any easy way for me to fix that. I don't think it looks bad. Maybe that's just me, and I can always workshop if you guys think that it doesn't look very good. But that's the inside of the mouth, so that has to be there. That little bit there. Like, that's going to have shadow. It's different. In the reference images that Green sent me, that part is basically like cardboard with felt on top of it. So that's why that's going to look a little bit different. Like, the mouth is cardboard, so this top part here is going to be casting a shadow even onto not only just the cardboard part, but onto the actual sock that's underneath it. So that part there should, in fact, be shadowed, probably not as harshly. I don't think there's anything I can do for that, though. So I can do the same thing here and do body outline, though I think that's just going to straight up get rid of everything. And I don't know how that's going to look. Yeah, it does get rid of that line. Stoop move, yeah. I don't know if I like the line missing as much on top as I do on bottom. I think I kind of like the idea that the line is there. But Green, you let me know what you think, because this is important. It's the most important for you. Okay, so this, let's just go back to the body. We're all the way over here. I think we want to... Aw. This needs to be more, because it's a hand, right? So you need to kind of make that the back side, like where you're, yeah. Whoop! Watch the microphone, Mel. So that's gonna have to look like that if we want it to look like an actual hand. That looks much more accurate. And then this, you're gonna see this go in just slightly too, I think. Where is the... Hold on. Height. Let's change that to like 9. 8. There we go. The dent made it 100 times better. Yeah, I'm glad you like that. Probably should be a dent on top of the head too. I'm gonna be nitpicky. Like, I'm going to work on this on stream, do a lot of the main stuff on stream, but my nitpickiness is mostly going to be done off stream. I'm going to pick and poke until I think it looks more like a hand than it did before, you know? So that I am going to work on an off stream, but not a lot. Not like a crazy amount. So I'm gonna have to flip that again. That's okay. I think that is making sense. The other thing that I have to do that I didn't really think about is I need to take this whole thing. We might only have angle XY. We might not have body XY. Maybe body XY will just be straight up movement back and forth. Yeah. Because when I'm moving like this, right now, the base of the sock isn't moving at all. And it should be moving a little bit. It should be turning. Once again, we want this part to shrink down a little bit because it's going into the background. And this part here is remaining. So we want that to turn. So then, but that needs to be I wish I had more sock there, but it's not a 3D object. How do I trick the brain into thinking it's a 3D object? That's a little bit better. Trying to keep that. Yeah, that's better. It needs to vanish so much more. I'm glad? Maybe? Does that make more sense? And now the wrist needs to move. Right? Right now it's looking a little flat to me, but it might just be because the motion is not including the wrist, the arm, I think. So if I make an angle X here, angle X, I think that'll work better. Angle X augmented here, there. We need this to go forward, this to go forward, this to slip backwards, this to remain. Maybe a little bit more. Oops, sorry guys. There's something not quite right about this for me. I think that also just needs to shrink in a little bit more. Try to pull myself away from it a little bit. It's still looking two-dimensional for me, so that's also something I'm just going to be a little bit pickier about, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to fix up the details a little bit. I think I might know part of the issue. And that would be, I think this needs to come down. Because the angle, maybe? Maybe that will help. A little bit? Yeah? Yeah, that helps a little bit. Okay. That helps a little bit. So let's flip all this. So... we need to reflect this motion again. Motion mirroring. Horizontal. We didn't do anything with those. So this one, motion mirroring. This one, motion mirroring. Good. Obviously, we still gotta do ears. Yeah, a lot of smack make blinky. And ears are not done at all yet. These are gonna have to be done in separate folders. Angle X. Angle X. They might be able to go on the same angle Y, actually. These, despite turning, I am going to keep them relatively behind, I think. So... angle X. So right ear. Oh no, it should flip to the front. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that. I can't remember how to do that. And I know where the tutorial is, so that's something I'm just gonna do off stream too. But for the sake of this, that works. I think what I need to do is I need to duplicate the body outline and unglue it and have it so that it works as a clipping mask. It's an invisible clipping mask, so that when I turn, I take some of these points and I remove them as like I pull the curtain back, and then that's what makes this. This is technically always on top. I think that's what I'm supposed to do, but I will do that off stream because that's silly and little details. So we'll do that off. And yeah, I'm gonna hug that even tighter though. Left ear looks fine. Right ear, you want to hug that really tight. I'm gonna go all the way in there, I think. And then this is going to... no, I'm just gonna expand just slightly. I'm gonna shrink this just slightly. I'm also gonna put physics behind the movement. If you move your head back and forth, you're gonna have your hair physics attached to your, to the ears, because the ears are essentially what you would kind of consider hair. Alright, so that goes there, and I will have it go on top. And let's just do one of these. Move that like that. Move that like that. Yeah, they're gonna be floppy. Of course. And then take this motion and flip it. And we take this motion and flip it. Oh no, that didn't work. Why not? That didn't work at all. Me trying to process why that's not working. Whatever, I'll just move it in manually. So that goes all the way in here. It goes out a little bit. We're extending it just a little bit outwards. And then same thing here. We're gonna just push it in. We're going to extend it inwards because it's shrinking back. And we're gonna put a little bit of that on it. move it it just makes sense in my brain. I can't really explain why, but that's what it does. It goes even further in. I think I don't have them in further enough when they... Yeah, I think that's gonna make sense. Oh, Coconut Mall. They might need to have a little bit more happen to make them look like a flat piece of felt. I might need to do a little bit more, but that's kind of cute so far. Even with the ear going behind, it's kind of cute so far. Though I kind of wish now that the base was a little bit closer. Because I pulled them in a little tighter here, and I kind of like how that looks. I mean, I still can, but... yeah. I don't think it's really going to matter because it's always going to be in motion. The ears are literally never going to stop moving, I don't think. Okay. I'm going to try to finish angle X on everything, and then I'm going to call it there. So let's just turn everything on. And we need to move the rest of the face. Okay. That's the toggle. We don't want the toggle eye on. No. I'll do that stuff after. I think I'm gonna have to replicate the eye. I'm gonna delete this because I am gonna actually have to replicate everything because I don't have everything done yet. So let's just get rid of that right now because it's confusing me. Select child objects and delete. So that was just the, make sure that that was the right eye. Well, that's obviously not gonna. So eyeball X should be, yep, okay, that was the correct eye. Okay. Let's start with the nose. The nose is gonna make a really big impact. Because it moves a lot. This nose is going all the way out here. Maybe even further. And it's also going to turn a little bit, so I don't have good Bezier division on here. Oh wait, no I do, it's just everything's green. Turn. So I need to make sure it stays kind of on top of the same line. So I'm going to pull it back a little tiny bit because I'm looking to make sure that the lines and the way that the nose is make sense. If it moves off of this line right here, it's going to look real stupid. So it's remaining. It's not though. It's actually that line. Is that all we turn? Probably push it a little bit further. I think that's pretty much it. I was hoping to go off of the face. We'll see how it looks. But in reality, we don't actually turn that far at all. Oh, let's push it back. Let's push it back, push it back, push it back. Make it look realistic. Okay. And we're going to mirror that. Should be good. And now the eyes. I have two sets of eyebrow Y. Oh, right. Okay. Angle X. And we're gonna have to have that clip through. We're gonna have to do the same thing with the nose that I was talking about with the ears, because I didn't think about the fact that the nose is gonna have to go on top. Though the nose can just always go on top. Let's just up the draw order. There's no point that the nose is... Okay. Angle Y. I went way too far. Sorry. I got distracted. This is gonna have to change shape a lot. These are gonna be the trickiest ones here. Where that nosy goesy over angle X. Okay. Everything needs to push forward so much. But we want to maintain shape of things. So that, and then same thing here. We gotta push. Yeah, we can make the nose bigger. I would need to just redo the nose angle. That is literally... Oh, no, I don't have to, though. Eyes are always something that I'm going to have to pick at repeatedly. This version of green is great, Odie. It's fantastic. How do I... I'm having trouble because obviously it's not going to sit directly on top of the eye. Oh, I need to make a ledge. Oh, interesting. So what I need to do... Can I copy and paste just this? Okay, so it's not glued, so... The eye is gonna have to go through a clipping ID. All the eye parts. Oh no, but that doesn't work with the pupils. Or does it? Okay. This is fine. So we need to do... This is 0 opacity. I just need to experiment for a hot second. Because this already has a clipping ID. Is that a problem? Yes. Yes, it is. Just 1 second. Because this is what we want. I'm just developing a parasocial relationship with the sock. Yeah, I am too. Like, that looks amazing right there, but when we get back here, we have to make it so that... Oh, but you know what? That's not horrible. Hold on. He looks more like a dog. But if we turn this slightly downward... Don't worry, I'm gonna fix this. This is not permanent. Ah! Okay. I know I might not be able to... You know how I did the restraints inside of the eye? I might not be able to do that, meaning I just might have to be very careful with where the eye X is going. Because I don't know if I can actually... Because... Like this. because I'm going to need that clipping mask. So I might just have to make sure that eyeball X is always within, and because otherwise I'm not going to be able to clip it so that the nose part can go over. You're soft women how friend shape is IRL green. Oh. I cannot speak on that one. Like, okay, this looks great aside from the fact that the nose doesn't work. You know what I mean? If I can figure out what that nose do, then we're good. So while we're at neutral, we need to duplicate the upper face. So copy, paste, upper face 2. That's what we did before. Then turn the opacity to 0. 3 keyforms. So when I do this, and I need to set it so that upper face 2, clipping ID for the right pupil, for the eye white, for the pom-pom. So when we're here, there you go. I completely understand that too. As someone who uses a VTube model, I get where you're coming from. So I'm gonna make a horrifying shape here for a second. But it needs to be, hold on, because it needs to make sense. Large. Take this whole thing. What about if I did that? How weird does that look? We're not there yet. We're not there yet. First of all, I don't think we want now it's looking like a dog. We don't want that. Whole thing. Yeah, I can't do what I did. Redo. Oh god, what have I done? Ah! It's the ears. Yeah. But I want it to be hand. Hand in the puppet. I got one hand in my puppet. And the other one... don't know. Not in the puppet, that's for sure. Go down. We don't need that. Down. In. Not a bad feature. I don't want the eye to be covered that much. I don't want the eye to be covered at all, I'm not gonna lie. how do we make that go away in a way that makes sense in resting position? Oh, cute. Baby. I'm gonna try to just very carefully pull this back. I think it's okay if a little bit of it is there. Okay, I think that's more giving a hand as covering. Especially if I adjust this angle. So that it's more similar. Like, I'm trying to make this a hand, you know? This is a hand. And then I'll fix it so that it makes sense going the other way too. But like, I think that is actually pretty good. I'm gonna have to go back and fix the eyes, like I said, so that their parameters are fully within that area at all times, but that shouldn't be an issue. So then, let's do what we do best and do our our flippy dip. Wait, this needs to be the same on the other side though. Oh, I didn't think about that. Hold on. Let's try to make this as similar as possible and hope for the best. The bottom doesn't really matter. It's just this part. That's pretty similar. Okay, and then mirror motion. Uh-oh. I mean, the middle's a little messed up, but it doesn't actually matter. And then, okay, so that, and then when it goes this way, there's a part I forgot, a very important part I forgot. When it goes this way, it does that, and it goes that way. Motion mirroring, yes. It should be fine. It should be fine. This is not very... Thank you. They are a weird shape. Okay, now I need to go back and do clipping IDs. Where's my pupil too? That has to change. Okay, so now if I angle X, right? I didn't change. Oh. Angle X, save, and angle X, motion mirror. Pictures of the dog. Oh no, that didn't work. I'm excited to go look. Just 1 second. Oh, didn't it work on either eye? Oh wait, no, it worked on that one, kind of. What do you do? I think it's just a position. Hold on. Why don't you just do what you did on the other side? I think you do. I will go take a look in a bit. I just, this side versus that side is very different. But I need to figure out why. I mean, I know why, but I need to figure out what to do here. Oh, is that messed up too? Hold on. What? Okay, this has to go here. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that that's being weird for a second. I'll fix that. That's an easy fix. So, is that right? That eye looks fine. Mesh got a little messy here. I'm just gonna move points individually for a second. Oh, the mesh is very... The mesh needs a doctor. Oh, look how tangled it is. We don't want tangled mesh. It's going to be a very... I might redo the upper face after. And by after, I mean like tomorrow. Up tax paid. Awesome. So I think I might have to start from this point. Like I might take this and just do it tomorrow. For now, I'm just gonna push it down. It's not gonna look right. I'm just gonna push it down for now. Just so that it almost looks right. Just to get an idea of what we're looking at. Oh. Opacity 0, please. Wait, no, not opacity 0. Yes, opacity 0. Always opacity 0. Or no. Or do we turn the... No, we have to turn the opacity off. Even though it created this nice little bridge at the front. But we have to turn the opacity off. It's just a mask. Sorry, guys. Trying to work out some stuff in my brain. I think I have to keep the opacity down all the time. So what do we think of like this? Like I said, I will fix this motion. Because the motion to the side, this side is like a little off. It's not too bad. There's a weird ledge too that I need to get rid of. Where is it? Okay, I think that's better. What do you guys think? So if I go back to modeling, let's go to the physics settings. Let's see where we're to. What do you guys think so far? Once I you know, figure out what's going on with that invisible layer. What are we thinking? Is it looking a-okay? Absolutely bonkers. Yeah. Thank you. So I need to fix a few things. So let me just write a few things down. So first thing I need to fix is x/y need to be cat distracted you? All good. X and Y I need to be reeled in so it doesn't go outside of the constraints of the iris. And the other thing that needs to happen is fix clipping. It's not too bad now, but the clipping mask for the upper head is a little borked still. But I think, all things considered, we're not off to a bad start today. What do you guys think? I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how we're looking. I think we're looking like a little sock puppet here. He's fantastic. I'm glad. I have to... It's really quick. Real, so quick. Before I... Oh god. Or... I get off, because I do need to get off. I need to go to bed. Just need to straighten out that line a little bit, because it's a little ridgy right now. Ridge. Happens when the mesh gets a little tangled. It's still a little bit, but it's not as bad. The music works. Let's hold on. I think that works pretty well. On that note, I have to go. So we got the angle X, we got all of the eye stuff done, basically, aside from potential toggle to make some cross-eyed eyes. Shouldn't be an issue. I have it done, kind of, on one of my other models. I just need to figure it out. I can't have gotten lost. Inside the couch. Oh my gosh, that must have been a huge relief. I'm going to get off stream and I'm going to look at the pictures of the doggo because I'm pretty excited about that. So let's find, if we can, a raid target, if there is such a thing. Raid targets. Let's raid RSVP, hey? I think that's the right target here. They're playing Sunhaven again. Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to probably continue working on this on Wednesday, I think. I definitely want to do a little bit of like shiny hunting September, I think, as long as I can get things set up in Pokemon, but I'm not 100% sure yet. So if we don't get around to it, it's no big deal. We'll be playing lots of Pokemon in October, where the new game is coming out. But yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and sorry for all my crazy rambling because it can get a little bit nuts doing this, and sometimes I miss chat. Oh, yeah, I wish I don't think any pictures of my old cat, so I totally understand. It's being a prized possession. I used to have one, and I don't know where it is. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be working on this again soon. I will be working on little itty bitty things off stream, but we'll start next time with angle Y, I guess, which is up and down motion. And yeah, we'll see you guys Wednesday for that. And have a good rest of your evening. I'll see you over in RSVP's chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has me so crazy excited. Yay, I'm so glad. That's my goal. All right. I will see you guys on Discord and over in RSVP's chat. Goodbye.